any physical quantity am lei taragadi khoina classify to matamda magi direction yaubra natraga yaudabra based on whether it has direction or not. We classify physical quantities into two. Amana vector, amana scalar. Okay, ko vector and scalar. Now the vector has those physical quantities which has a magnitude and a direction. Scalars na only magnitude type. Now kai haino the yengse ko haibadi magnitude type arthati magi numerical value ma size haina su khangnai ko, or simply nana uba matam di value do. For example, scalar de hours ko time has example da time has pung kya tare na hang matam da it's 9 a.m. ko 9 a.m. has. Now when you talk about time, we don't need direction. 9 a.m. up, left, right kaso haina de ba khoi pung mapan tara pa tare lore mapan, that's it. Masida direction haining ba phau de haning ba pok de. So pung or time na hype say it's a scalar quantity. Direction gi mathau ta de, we don't need direction when you talk about time ko. So time is a scalar quantity. It has only magnitude. Hai the sigi values 9 jini ko magi magnitude cam yawi 9 ko size and hai magnitude type size so high, or sometimes just a value ko numerical value, or sometimes size hai na khangnai ko size of the unit can have. Or atopa example amana temperature na haras temperature da now it's winter ingi say 8 degrees Celsius. 8 degrees Celsius left kaso haina de, right haina de. We don't assign direction when you talk about temperature ko temperature dakar ta dekho. So temperature is a scalar quantity. It has a value, no doubt, but it has no direction. It has only magnitude but no direction ko. So temperature is a scalar quantity. Here go. Then what else can you say? Energy. Arrive by example log see so that no concept to gyan ta na ba. Example di mayam pi any textbook am de ko mayam le ramani ko. Energy. Nang chak tap tain chasalure, you had a heavy lunch, now you feel very energetic. If I ask you how do you feel right now, I feel very energetic. I isaji amna energy am yaw winning had it. How much energy do you have and in which direction have it? When you talk about energy, you may feel weak or energetic, but you cannot assign direction to that. I feel very strong left. That's right. I think is a ko. So energy ki matang duri sana matamda we don't need direction. Adana energy is a scalar quantity. 100 joules na haibi ay kaso idea, but we don't say 100 joules to the left, to the right, to the up, down. Haina de ko. So it's a scalar quantity. It has a numerical value. It has a magnitude, but no direction. Okay. Then mayam pipe adum khara pisalamasi distance haidi kano. Distance haibi ay distance haidi how long is the path. Let's say from Imphal to Ukhrul, it's 80 kilometer. 80 kilometer. How long is this? 80. That's it. We don't need the direction. What is the distance from Imphal to Ukhrul? 80 kilometer. Ukhrul to Imphal is 80 kilometer. We don't need the direction. Cam sangi haibudani. Chatli balabido tingdo yeng bada cam sangi debu distance kawi total length of the path or total path length. So we don't need direction when you talk about it. Distance is a scalar quantity. And speed is a scalar quantity. Speed high 30. How fast the body moves. How fast I say. We don't care in which direction. Let's say you want to buy a car. Let's say I don't know. Car. It can go 200 kilometers per hour. Top speed is 200 kilometers per hour. I hang by nang gari ma car am log dure hai. Madugi car do top speed se kaya no hai. It's 200 kilometers per hour. There, it could be 200 kilometers per hour, east from Doibe, west from Doibe, north from Doibe, I don't know. In any direction, it can go that speed. We don't need the direction. It's not about the direction. Direction you want to take. Kam yang na chain mangame hype to it. So speed hype say it's a scalar quantity. Ko. Or no magi from the yang sui. Speed equal to distance by time hydro. So distance masamak scalar ni. It has no direction. Time masamak scalar ni. It has no direction. For example, if something can go 200 kilometers per 1 hour, you get this as 200 kilometers per hour. Natra. Hainingidi and haining is a kind of you. Distance to scalar ni, time to scalar ni. Hadi animal direction yaudi. Number ani divide to narga, direction yaud the number ani divide to narga, direction yaub answer matarak bahuna deva. There is no way you can get the answer with the direction. Why? Because these two things that you have here has no direction. Two things you're dividing one another and none of them has direction. How will the answer have direction? It doesn't make any sense. So speed direction you're allowed. Numerically formula but conceptually how fast the body moves. I'm young as I have the speed and the height. So you can give many examples. Any textbook you can give many examples. There are many examples. Work done. Work done high bay. Okay. Then scalar ki gyan tayo khala and vector. Our focus is on vector. Quick topics. Vector hai those physical quantities which has a magnitude and a direction. And I'm live example the koina assume to the quite with the force. Ball ma kauro hai. You can kick a ball in any direction. This is not a ball. This is the ball. And from the cow you can kick the ball in any direction. So if someone tells you to move this object by applying some force, you may ask him, oh, in which direction should I move? In which direction should I give the force? In which direction should I kick the ball? So when you talk about force, you feel like assigning direction. I mean, you can assign direction high bi direction assign to. So force is a vector quantity. For example, 5 Newton is from the P/E force or 5 Newton left, right, up, down. So force ki matang you can assign direction. So force is a vector quantity. It has a magnitude. Magnitude kya tara sida 5 size to ko magi value to kya no have the magnitude. It has a magnitude and a direction. So force is a vector quantity. Displacement. Arrive example see. Sigi matang displacement kasi kayo video pamanga takre. Please go back and watch the video. Ang ding no say mingon ding so na sana textbook para khangla kasi nunga yani ko kasi kay di khanga galo re khoi displacement height it's the shortest distance to high plus direction ko. If a guy goes from A to B, like this, what is the displacement here? Displacement height he starts from A and goes towards B, so it's in this direction and shortest always straight taro. Sige matang videos ay nam ko sa please go back and watch it if you don't understand the concept of distance and displacement. Okay, no pa sa A din B in this direction. As you can see, I'm assigning a direction here. A din B som the chale. Displacement height you have to tell the direction as well. Kadom da naido. Kyam sangi kadom da. Khwaidi ki 10 bada hai gadaba. Shortest distance da plus direction am hap to. So let's say the guy goes from A to B. Say this whole length, the distance is 10 meter, but as you can see here, this part will be shorter. Say this is 8 meter. In which direction? 8 meter. Say some such in east west, north, south. It's going towards east. So this is your displacement. 8 meter is from the. So when you talk about displacement, you can assign direction. Aduna displacement it's a vector quantity. Likewise, velocity velocity, how fast and in which direction. If a guy can go 2 meters per second towards north, how fast is in plus direction, that gives you your velocity. See, so among the video in a same maliko. I hope I made it. So velocity is it's a vector quantity. You can assign direction. Direction velocity height. It's a vector quantity. It has a magnitude 2 and a direction. Examples is the north. So there are many examples. Examples is PVI. A example concepts so like momentum or acceleration. Nupa magari yang athogre zero ma nupa magari like khatla thaw chakre hurama ma chengre gari thoroga hai se kadom da ma accelerate thoroga in this direction. The guy has nupa ama huralaga chengre in which direction have the yang chengre som in this direction high you can assign some direction acceleration hype stuff we can assign direction ko the acceleration is a vector quantity. Yeah, bra, it's a vector quantity. So now hangbi the velocity hype say it's displacement by time, right? Displacement by time. For example, example this why the irake ko. Say a guy goes from east from the cell, he goes 2 meter along east. This is your displacement in 1 second. So when you divide this 1 divide 2 2 meter per second tare yare aduga is mangadro. How where will this is go adum yaw tabane answer, as you can see. Can tabra velocity has it mathematically so maina value is khanga solve tor kutam the answer the direction yaw tro. And displacement has direction, time has no direction. You divide this two, the direction will still be in the answer. Kadai the mang the direction, not a target. So many yang su ko velocity has my formula. So where is the velocity's direction? It's the direction of the displacement. Displacement is the velocity is displacement west or the velocity is west. Ko. Likewise, acceleration and see there's a formula. Yang tare si ko. Acceleration we know that it's a equal to v minus u by t in hydro. See example in lower bada. Okay. Okay, he starts here. Let's say the guy is here. Initially he's at rest. Okay, rest nupama lepaga nupama manabi is stickman is here. So at here my speed is 0. Initially at rest 1 second say the speed here is 2 meter per second velocity. Now I duplicate okay. Let me duplicate here 2 the 4 meter per second. Then I'm 6 meter per second and so on. He moves like this. Next 1 second my speed say 4 meter per second. Next second the because he's accelerating. Examine this gap. The gap is becoming bigger. Why? Because the guy is accelerating. Accelerator by the speed si yang halak pagi. What is sang chalakani but same time to go. Anyway, so if you take here see that a equal to v minus u by t. For example, let's say from here to here. What is acceleration? V this is your initial, this is your final. Final na v ni, initial na u ni kangina. See videos use manga target ki mali yengu ko. So 4 meter per second final, initial na 2 meter per second divided by 2 din 4 book the change so basic 2 din 4 book the change so matam kam changi 1 second. So 1 second you divide it, you get 2 meter per second square. So answer. So the change in velocity direction it's in this direction, right? The guy is not moving backwards, it's accelerating in this direction. So 2 meter per second square. Okay, let's rub this off. 2 meter per second square and say this is east west. The change in velocity's direction, the change in velocity's direction here it's in east from the change. So velocity change direction east. When you divide this you get 2 meter per second by 1 second is equal to 2 meter per second square is so in short hiding is acceleration direction it's in the direction in which a change in velocity happens. Change in velocity direction though other than acceleration direction. Keep this in mind hang why retardation talk in a vector is a person can vector addition vector subtraction change in velocity direction in the tractor vector diagram there at least basic ideas so acceleration is a scalar it's a vector quantity example PBI. Now let's not go giving all examples any textbook momentum PBI Okay, kay PBR. Nasan yung zero, etc. Koy di solution lasi. Ko. So, story short, ani haning is kaino. Any physical quantum data taragadi akoina madu vector natraga scalar haina khaidoi maigi direction yaubra natraga yaudabra haibadu matungina ko. Scalar haina kaino those physical quantities which has a magnitude only and no direction. Example the time hai bi hai. Temperature time hai bada koi direction darkar tade. Temperature hai bada koi direction darkar tade. Energy hai bada su darkar tade. Distance dasu, speed dasu, work done dasu. Work done hai bada yam simple term hai physics ki yam technical definition da tokro. Work hai thabak kam tawin. Ai p kam sure lore. P sure oida left up right hai na deb. You have done the work, that's it. We don't need the direction. Have you done your homework? Yes, that is your work. And have you done? Yes. In which direction did you do the homework? We don't need direction when you talk about work. So those physical quantities which has only magnitude, and you don't feel like not assigning. You don't feel like assigning direction to it. You don't feel like asking it or direction. Those are scalar quantities most probably. Okay, these are examples. Then you can give mass hapchalam biyare ko yamna common example arrive the mass 2 kg yen kilo ani lege oida and haina de dan koi so we don't say that type. So mass is it's nothing but mass ko weight ki khena so mamang da video the same ki mali ko. So please go back and watch it so that you'll know the difference. Mass is a scalar quantity. We don't need direction. It simply indicates how many particles are present there ko. Particle kam yaw in high bitu khatani ko. Number of atoms kana high ki bidu mamang thaina ki video da or nasan hana khangala di phai ko. So mass is a scalar quantity. Mass e direction yaw de ko. So mdana adu counter opposite da counter da weight hai be. Weight is a downward force exerted by planet amana koi that downward force am centered. Weight is a downward force exerted by a planetary size object earth heresy towards the center of the earth. It's always vertically downward. Weight is always vertically downward. It has a direction, so it's a vector quantity. Anyway, these are examples of scalar. Vector it has magnitude and direction. Magnitude it's simply magnitude it simply means the size or the value, the numerical value though. If I say distance is 2 meter, distance is 2 meter high 30, it means 2 into 1 meter. How many units are present? 2 ani yawi ko 2 1 meter sang ani yawi haning neba. So 2 sin khoi ki magnitude se ko. So yeah, so vector na magnitude lay, direction lay. It has a magnitude and a direction. Example of force, displacement, velocity, weight, acceleration, momentum. Yeah, go. So asida if you know something is a vector, know how to track a direction. Randomly some bahat ro chakanaba. Velocity ki direction it's a direction of the displacement. Acceleration ki direction it's a direction in which the change in velocity happens. In which the change in velocity occurs. Change in velocity ki direction do adu ki direction do ni acceleration ki direction se. Eko momentum hairam apna okay. Momentum di magi formula di yango. Machu to pum tors. Momentum di symbol di p, it's mass into velocity in high. But mass has no direction, but velocity has direction. Velocity is direction ma vector name. So in short, if mass na 2 kg in harese ko, velocity is na 3 meter per second, it's going along west harese ba, then you multiply, you get 6 kg meter per second west chatrod. Obviously natra. So momentum ki direction haisiti it's the direction of the velocity. Momentum ki direction kadom do no hai ta gadi velocity ki direction do yengo ba. Velocity no west or momentum to west, east organ east, up organ up, down organ down ko. So likewise any physical quantity ma vector ne khang tardi my direction se kamai track to ni si masi ki idea se khar laiba mathau tai ko masi kana rakne hengwai ko. Okay, so sumaina vector scalar ki sin brief introduction in haning is ko. So next video to look ni yeng se vector se kamaina diagrammatically represent to ge do madu to koi dakar tai ko next video se haina hona matam da vector concept clear oina hona ba matam da ko. So if you have any doubts I ge si videos thagalak pata I WhatsApp ke channel ki link to jo han hap to male adu hapsla ke link to I description da hap ke you can I don't know link to changa ga you can join the channel aduga if you have any doubts you can WhatsApp number you can ask me exam ko mathaning mo koning like tar so if you have doubts I'll do what I can. Let's see what I can do ko. Anyway, see book then I'll see you in the next video ko.